Action News 4 begins with breaking news.
Chaos as gunfire erupts inside Monroeville Mall tonight. It is breaking news we have been following for several hours now. We know 3 people have been shot, hundreds, if not thousands of shoppers put on lockdown inside stores. One by one, they were searched and cleared in the search for the shooter.
Right now, let's take a live look at the mall right now. Sky 4 with Action Cam showing us the scene where police have been there for several hours now. And we say good evening. I'm Mike Clark.
And I'm Shannon Perrine. We have a lot to get to tonight on this mall shooting. We have team coverage for you. First, let's get to Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporting Courtney Fisher on the ground with what we know right now. Courtney.
Shannon, we have spent the last few hours talking to shoppers, very emotional, very scared after they say they just were forced out of the mall after being on lockdown because of this shooting. Again, as you mentioned, we know that 3 people have been shot and police are still looking for the shooter. It happened right inside here at this Macy's earlier tonight. There were several dozens of police officers from all over the county here on lockdown. We saw several of them going in with guns, escorting workers, people, mall shoppers here outside safely about an hour after the shooting happened. We talked to one man tonight who says he saw it all. He saw the shooter take his gun out of his black sweatshirt. He describes this man, and as we have confirmed from police, as a 19-year-old. He says he saw this man take his gun out of his sweatshirt and fire at a group of people. And he says he was standing huddled around together with a group of about 20 teenagers. That's how he described them. He says he smelled smoke. He says he heard 6 to 7 shots fired. He was there with his little girl, and he says the whole thing was traumatizing. Take a listen.
I looked down and I looked back up, and he came over top of a group of people with the gun, and I was like, oh no, and just started firing right in front of, it was 20, 30 feet away from us, and I was like, oh God, and I couldn't find my kid, and some guy was laying on top of her, and when I found her, and some guy dove on top of her and a bunch of other kids, and I looked at him and I said thank you, and I grabbed her and I tried to get out of there as fast as I could.
I heard, suddenly is 4 or 5 fire. So I went in over there, the Macy's door, one guy was falling down, and he has a bleeding and a shoot in the legs or some different things. So everybody was running, kids was crying, and it was very sadness.
People screaming and running, and even when I went back in to get my keys just now, there's kids' shoes still there, their coats are still there. I just saw parents grabbing their kids up, and then they were just running out the mall.
Shots rang out. People started running, and I just ran with the store employees to the back of the room and took cover. That's it, and I'm just really upset.
We were down by Aunt Anne's Pretzels, and then we just heard all these gunshots, and then we didn't see anybody running at first, and then we just heard all these screams, and then we turned around, and then 5-10 minutes later we seen people running out of the store.
My daughter just walked over to me, and I just heard the shots pap, 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 and I snatched her, and I looked up and I seen people running, so we just ran to the back, and when we got further back, you heard another round of shots go off, and we locked ourselves in the bathroom.
Those were shoppers and eyewitnesses, several of them very emotional about what they heard, what they smelled, what they saw tonight. Very scary, very traumatic for several of them. That first man you heard from who saw the shooter, he says he saw him take off this way, towards the outside of the mall, not towards the inside of the mall. And as we know tonight, police are still looking for the shooter. As for the mall, it is very quiet out here now. There were a few police officers left, but several of them have left the scene. We've seen a few stragglers, but obviously a much different scene out here at Monroeville Mall than it was just an hour ago in that chaos. For now, reporting live here at Monroeville Mall, Courtney Fisher, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Thank you.